What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen it, thought I was going down. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe button for me. Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in and watching these videos. Haven't reacted to Benny in a while, but I definitely wanted to check this video out. Definitely. Make sure y'all stay tuned for the next two videos drop tonight. Definitely apologize for the late uploads tonight. But all good. All good.
They must have some problems, and lo and behold, David Muir's ratings are dropping like a rock. Like a meteorite from heaven. Drops 12% following ABC News debate scandal. The show has fallen off a cliff. Lost nearly 1 million viewers. Lost 1 million viewers. So 1 million people tuned out of ABC News tonight. Good. Gracious. Good.
That is.
Following the September debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, ABC News World Tonight anchor David Muir, who served as one of the moderators, has seen his viewership collapse. Fox News saying it averaged 6 million viewers instead of the normal 7.5. Well, I can't believe there's that many people still watching nightly news. The Nielsen ratings are completely broken anyway, but doesn't matter. The numbers were twice that just a decade ago. So this is dinosaur media, dinosauring.
And I feel like I say all the time, I feel like it's good too for y'all to start looking at these different, other people that's on YouTube and stuff like that. I know a lot of y'all watching, myself, Retro Steph, A-Dog, Rick. I actually just start talking to Rick not too long ago. I think it's been what, 3-4 weeks talking for the first time, and it's a cool dude. Okay, Rick, if y'all know who that is. Cartier family. It's a lot of people, definitely a lot of people. If I missed you, I definitely apologize. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot of people, that y'all can tune in and watch. Benny Johnson. There's a lot of people. Doug, I think Doug actually just went and he has a different channel. He has a different channel, but it's so many. So many.
Muir and Linsey Davis were criticized for fact-checking Trump. They've since said that there was no plan to fact-check Kamala Harris, and that maybe the ABC affidavit is right. The affidavit says that they gave Kamala the questions ahead of time, and that they had promised Kamala Harris that there would be no mean questions to her. There would be no questions about certain topics she didn't want to have touched, and that they'd only fact-check Trump. It was a rigged debate. Kamala Harris acted like it was a rigged debate the entire time. Smug and sneering and smiling, like it's the entire thing. It's clearly a setup. It was a crime scene, and everybody saw it. Look at that. You can see here, ABC News. This is these are the ratings. ABC News has collapsed in the ratings, and well, I guess hopefully following in the direction here. You can see NBC and CBS. Also collapsing the ratings, negative 20%. Yikes. ABC David Muir sees newscast ratings decline after controversial debate performance. Oh, man. Now he's on to explain himself. David Muir. Oh, boy. Okay, so I want to remind you guys of how bad this was, because it is easy to just kind of forget these things, and there's so much happening. Donald Trump, another assassination attempt. Just a reminder that David Muir didn't just fact-check Donald Trump. So he's getting attacked for fact-checking Trump. He deserves that. Fact-check Trump, by our count, 6 times. Most of the fact-checks were fake. Not even real fact-checks. Because he was wrong. He's wrong on the FBI data. But there's one in particular that was egregious, where he tells Donald Trump whether he was being sarcastic or not. Yeah, this is what passes for debate moderation these days. This is like a parent-teacher conference, and the teacher is arguing semantics of the 3rd grade. It is a despicable act. Look at this again. Here you go. You can't get worse than this. You just can't. Donald Trump tells a joke, and David Muir does a fact check on whether Trump was being sarcastic.
2020 election, you repeatedly falsely claimed that you won, many times saying you won in a landslide. In the past couple of weeks leading up to this debate, you have said, quote, you lost by a whisker, that you, quote, didn't quite make it, that you came up a little bit short.
I said that?
Are you now acknowledging that you lost in 2020?
No, I don't acknowledge that at all.
But
I
you
said
did
that
say
sarcastically. You know that. It was said, oh, we lost by a whisker. That was said sarcastically.
So Donald Trump has every right to say, I'm talking off the cuff. I'm making my own. I'm speaking for myself. I'm making my own.
It's anything to make him look bad. That's what they tend to do all the time.
Commentary.
Sad.
And I'm being sarcastic. How are you possibly able to? And look at the way that Kamala Harris carries herself in this. Look at the way that even the camera positions. The camera position is looking up at Kamala. It's looking down at Trump. Any filmmaker will tell you there's the hero angle, right? And then there's the villain angle, the diminutive angle, looking down. The best part about this is David Muir's response to this is remarkable. Listen,
that's why they're allowing them to come into our country.
I did watch all of these pieces of video. I didn't detect the sarcasm. Lost by a whisker. We didn't quite make it. And we should just point out here as clarification, and
shut the up, dude. What? I didn't detect your sarcasm. This is why we're all watching the debate, dumb bastard. What is that? I didn't to figure out whether David Muir can detect sarcasm. This is what we're all concerned about right now in the debate. So despicable. Here's David Muir trying to defend himself.
And we spent a lot of time, and I believe it was our duty to ask the issues that Americans care about. The economy. Are we better off than we were 4 years ago? Immigration. What are you going to do about the border? Why did you wait so long before you acted at the border? Those types of questions. Reproductive rights. Afghanistan. Do you bear any responsibility? Peaceful transfer of power with the next election coming. These are all really important issues. The issues of our time, really. And I always say as a moderator, what the candidates decide to do with that time, you can ask the questions, but they'll answer with whatever they choose to answer with.
That's right.
And you have to be ready for whatever might come your way, even the most unexpected of moments.
But I feel like that's messed up because they didn't treat Kamala that way whatsoever, but he can go on here and talk on this show and literally try to explain himself and lie, and I feel like that's bogus.
You all know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And I will say this. All of the noise that you hear afterward about, which candidate won the debate, did the moderators win or lose, that's just noise.
See what I mean? Now he's trying to save himself. And that's what gets on my nerves. Like, don't try to save yourself and try to make yourself look good. You're still trying to do that. Man, that's insane.
All know that. The most important thing to remember is that you all have the power. Everybody at home has the power.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Trying to make yourself look good.
Yes. So Golden Girls? Like, what is this? A nursing home? Okay, yeah, these are all the viewers of ABC News. These are the final viewers of ABC News. Fox roasting the ratings decline, the much deserved ratings decline, saying that David Muir's lying there. It was about David Muir. If it wasn't about David Muir, why'd you keep interrupting Trump? Why'd you keep fact-checking Trump? Why'd you fact-check his sarcasm, you jackass?
Glad that David Muir, towards the end of his interview, mentioned that it's the people, the American voters, the viewers who have the power. Because you know what they're doing right now? They're tuning out of his show. There's been a 12% drop in viewership for his show since the debate. And that's a little bit encouraging to me because it shows that American voters aren't stupid, that they actually expect more from the press. They expect the press to hold themselves to a higher standard than the one that ABC's moderators held them to. And this is actually one of the reasons after the debate, I think I was one of the only ones who thought that Trump won. And it was because he was debating three people at once, and also because the swing state voters from back home in my home state of Michigan and others, they didn't get what they wanted out of that debate. They did not get to know Kamala Harris. They didn't get straight answers from her, and she looked worse as a result.
That's it. Great point. It's played out in the polling. The bombshell claims of an ABC whistleblower, we've been covering this, there's a sworn affidavit right here that ABC, from somebody who's allegedly worked for ABC News for 10 years in various technical and administrative positions. This affidavit claims that Kamala Harris was able to ban certain topics that it was agreed to, that Donald Trump would be the subject to fact check during the debate. Kamala Harris would not face comparable scrutiny. Widely known throughout the company that Donald Trump would be fact checked. In fact, various people were assigned to fact check observations that it was perceived candidate Trump would make during the debate. In fact, Harris' campaign required assurances that Trump would be fact-checked. This was done via multiple communications with the Harris campaign, whereas the Trump campaign was not included in these negotiations. To my understanding, any of the rules negotiated in conversations pertaining to the debate have to have both Trump and Harris as part of it. Harris campaign was provided with sample questions, while not the exact questions, covered similar topics that would appear in the debate. So Kamala Harris getting the debate. This is what the.
But I feel like that's still like bogus. Like even if they come out like coming out pushing saying, oh, they were similar questions. They was, they weren't the exact. She still shouldn't have got any questions like at all. Like that's how I look at it. Like it shouldn't have been nothing. Should have been clean, fair debate. Honestly.
Affidavit alleges Kamala Harris got the debate questions in advance, got assurances that Donald Trump would be the only one fact checked. I mean, this is what happened, right?
It's crazy.
Harris' campaign received particular accommodations, including but not limited to providing that the podium significantly smaller than Donald Trump. Assurances regarding split-screen television views that would favorably impact Kamala Harris's appearance relative to Donald Trump. We've talked about that. ABC News has responded saying that Kamala didn't get the questions in advance. This wasn't the claim. The claim was that she got the topics of the debate. And when you ask people, like, what did Kamala Harris sound like during the debate? And when you ask someone who is honest, what they all say is that she sounded like an actress reciting lines, because we all know how Kamala Harris talks. So she's just reciting the lines.
Mm-hmm.
USA Today had to fact check whether David Muir and Linsey Davis were fired. Hopefully this fact check turns out to be false one day. They deserve it. And hopefully the American people continue to tune out of this programming. That's actually the easiest way to get them fired, right?
Yeah, honestly, how I look at it, like I said, just tune in to, other YouTubers, other, people that actually give out the truth. That's just how I look at it. Big shout outs to Benny. Make sure y'all go check out the Benny Show, and I'm pretty sure many of y'all do. But definitely want to say that I appreciate y'all. Let me know y'all comments and thoughts down below. Stay tuned for the next 2 videos drop tonight. It's definitely crazy, definitely bangers. You already know what's going down. Catch y'all next one.